Hey, Oscar, what was Bill was crazy, right? What was that all about? Disrespecting you and all that? Like, I don't know what he said. I heard my name. Yeah. Let's get him going. Oscar, we gonna get you going. Oh my God, he's running. He's running. Let me see the uppercut. Only in New York, ladies and gentlemen. Only in
After Oscar De La Hoya's failed attempt to confront Bill Haney on stage, the two eventually clashed backstage in a way unlike anything seen before. While Oscar remained calm during the final press conference of the Fatal of Fury card to prevent things from escalating, no one anticipated what would unfold later. As Bill Haney was speaking with an interviewer backstage, Oscar suddenly interrupted, shoving Haney and preparing to throw a punch, fists clenched.
Wrapped up the press conference. Things got a little heated. What was your reaction when Oscar De La Hoya got up and unbuttoned his shirt?
I listen. I'm used to seeing a different Oscar. It was taking him a long time to unbutton that coat. That's what I think. I think he's moving way slower than he actually thinks. If he thought he was going to hit me with
Haney was expected to retaliate and hit Oscar De La Hoya in return, but unfortunately, he failed to do so. Instead, he stepped back, continuing to taunt the Golden Boy Promotions boss while hiding behind those attempting to separate.
Let's go. Love it. Love it. Oh, vamos, tío, vamos. Hey,
There's a whole lot of Spanish, and we don't understand it. I smell some lines going on around here. Yeah. I got to talk to my interpreter. Are they lying?
He continued to fire shots at Oscar De La Hoya, but never moved closer or attempted to throw punches before they were completely separated. Once the video was released by a boxing news channel on YouTube, boxing fans heavily trolled Bill Haney.
Hey.
Let's go. It's turned into full chaos up here.
I don't know, Oscar.
Oscar, do you care to respond to Bill Haney?
One fan wrote, Bill Haney is all talk and no action. There's so much about him that disgusts and irritates me. Oscar De La Hoya should have boxed his head off instead of just shoving him. There's nothing appealing about him. Another commenter added, if only Bill Haney knew how much damage he's doing to Devin's boxing career. The young man may need to take the Eubank route and kick him out of his boxing life. He keeps stealing the spotlight from his son.
Oscar De La Hoya first saying that it's 3 headliners and they're all with Golden Boy. What?
I know it's something tasty, ain't it?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. What?
It's a little crooked over here.
You said 3 headliners and they're all with Golden Boy.
A funny fan trolled. I can imagine Bill Haney as a boxer. His mouth would defeat all his opponents at press conferences, but his fists and chin would collapse in the ring. I'm so disappointed watching a grown man embarrass himself like this. I can't wait for their rematch. Another added, Oscar De La Hoya should have gone with a punch, not a shove. This man needs a serious beating. He's not a boxer, so he won't get it in the ring, but someone needs to give it to him outside the ring.
Oscar, do you care to respond to Bill Haney? Do you care to respond to any of the accusations? He's saying that it's not 3.
What do you say?
You're saying it's 3 main events. It's not 3 main events. What are you talking about? Why are you saying that? That's from Bill Haney.
3 main events? Yeah.
Let's go, Oscar.
Everybody's a great fighter here. Everybody's a main event on this thing.
It's 3.
Everybody called for a Bill Haney versus Oscar De La Hoya matchup saying, I need both of you in the squared circle. It should be a co-main event alongside Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Oscar De La Hoya needs to beat the hell out of Bill Haney and give boxing fans the incredible sight of father and son fighting on the same night. The Fatal Fury press conference at Times Square was originally meant to hype up Friday's fights, where Ryan Garcia faces Rolando Raleigh Romero for the WBA welterweight title in the main event, and Devin Haney takes on Jose Ramirez in the co-feature. But Wednesday's media gathering quickly spiraled into something entirely different.
Everybody.
Man, sit down. Learn how to promote.
Yeah, well, hey, listen. Everyone is a main event on there. 6 tremendously talented fighters.
We can have 4 if you want.
Listen,
me and you.
Guess what? And guess what? And let me tell you this. Every fighter up here deserves to be praised, deserves to take the spot that they took. He could have been the main event. He could have made
Last April's controversial bout between Garcia and Haney still casts a long shadow. Garcia initially won the fight but later tested positive for a banned substance, resulting in the outcome being overturned to a no contest. He received a 1-year ban and a fine, though he continues to maintain his innocence. The bad blood between the camps has only intensified over time, and what unfolded at the recent press conference was not staged drama, but real hostility that nearly turned physical on several occasions. The most shocking moment came when Golden Boy Promotions founder Oscar De La Hoya almost exchanged punches with Bill Haney, with Teofimo Lopez appearing to instigate the situation from the sidelines. De La Hoya suddenly stood up and approached Haney, prompting security to rush in and separate them. The clash seemed to be triggered by comments Bill Haney had made about De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions that clearly struck a nerve.
Cannot believe that Devin Haney has not fired his father. How is he still a manager to Haney? He basically almost ruined his career, by suing this and that and this. It's like, Devin Haney's actually a nice guy. I don't have anything against him, but his father is ruining his potential. It's amazing. It's mind-boggling. But I think
Hall of Famer and Olympic gold medalist looked ready to settle things the old-fashioned way, as tension between De La Hoya and the Haneys continues to escalate following the aftermath of the Garcia-Haney fight. Devin Haney sued Golden Boy Promotions and Ryan Garcia after their April 2024 bout, fueling ongoing animosity. The drama didn't stop with the promoters. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney engaged in a heated war of words that quickly turned personal. They were saying the same thing last time, and they got their head whooped then too. And you'll get your head whooped again, Garcia shouted when asked about a confrontation with Bill Haney during Tuesday's open workouts. Haney immediately fired back with pointed accusations about Garcia's physique.
Against Ramirez, it's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a tough fight. I just do not understand being away for a year, okay, getting knocked down several times by Ryan Garcia, what his confidence level, Devin Haney's confidence level is going to be like fight night. Ramirez is looking sharp, and he hits like a mule, so we will see how Devin Haney reacts to a punch, and can he overcome those obstacles that he faced last year with Ryan Garcia.
He got off that Ostarine and doesn't even sound the same. His voice changed back, his physique changed, he's got titties now. Those muscles are gone, his voice is gone, this fool is gone, Devin Haney said, as the exchange grew even more heated. Bill Haney also jumped in, questioning what had happened to Garcia, saying, "This is not the same Ryan Garcia at all." At one point, Garcia appeared to be genuinely enraged, not just performing for the cameras. The tension between these fighters has been steadily building since their controversial first meeting. And if both men win their respective fights on Friday, a rematch seems inevitable. Based on Wednesday's explosive confrontation, the second fight would be massive business, driven by a genuine dislike between the camps that simply can't be faked. This is the kind of rivalry that makes boxing so compelling.
All right, Ron, good off FightHype.com. I'm here with the one and only Bill Haney. First and foremost, man, it was great promotion up there. You and De La Hoya was going back and forth, but not only that, this is a huge fight at New York. Just how excited are you about this event?
I'm dead serious. I didn't know what the hell they were saying. I need an interpreter, but I smelled some lying, Ron.
Yeah.
Were they lying up there?
Honestly,
Was Oscar lying? Because listen, he said...
This comes after Golden Boy promoter Oscar De La Hoya delivered a scathing social media clapback aimed at Devin and Bill Haney, essentially calling it embarrassing how Bill has handled his son's career. In his tirade, De La Hoya urged Devin to take more control of his own path before he ends up in a situation he can't recover from. This clapback is dedicated to the worst manager in boxing history, Bill Haney, something we can all agree on, De La Hoya said. "I want to start by saying I feel sorry for Devin Haney. We hardly ever hear him speak because his daddy does all the talking, and it's cost him all 12 fans he had. Sure, Devin had a bad loss last year, but it shouldn't have been career-ending."
3 headliners, and they're all with his company. That's a lie. And then he starts speaking Spanish, so I don't know how many more lies he told.
do you think him?
Did you catch the first lie? Ron, did you catch the first lie?
To be honest, I couldn't actually hear first, but
God damn it. What I'm talking about. You ain't hearing English or Spanish right now.
I promise you, I'd be back. It's time for the only segment in boxing that gives you the facts and makes you laugh. It's Slapback Thursday, so let's go. This Slapback is dedicated to the worst manager in boxing history, Bill Haney. Something we can all agree on. I want to start by saying I feel sorry for Devin Haney. We hardly ever hear him speak because his daddy does all the talking, and it's cost him all 12 fans he has. Sure, Devin had a bad last
It all
this
could have
year.
been easily fixed if it weren't for his father and manager, Bill Haney, who single-handedly turned the situation into something more toxic than Chernobyl. I've never seen a bigger mess made of a boxer's career. All Devin had to do after losing to Ryan Garcia last April was say, "He beat me, I couldn't block his left hook," and then get back in the gym. But instead of focusing on a 2024 comeback and teaching his son how to defend against that hook, Bill decided it was better to have Devin sue Ryan for battery and emotional distress, sue Golden Boy Promotions, sue the New York State Athletic Commission, try to get the loss expunged from his record, fight a civilian at the Orange County State Fair, take the rest of the year off, and make as many enemies as possible, thus cementing their legacy as the biggest crybabies in the history of boxing.
The one and only Bill Haney. First and foremost, man. It was great promotion up there. You and De La Hoya was going back and forth, but not only that, this is a huge fight at New York. How excited are you about this event?
I'm dead serious. I didn't know what the hell they were saying. I needed an interpreter, but I smelled some lying, Ron.
Yeah.
Were they lying up there?
Honestly,
Was Oscar lying? Because listen, he said
Devin and Bill Haney were in London last week, reportedly trying to secure a payday from Turkey, as they seem to have no other viable options. The only real value Devin currently holds in the sport is a potential rematch with Ryan Garcia, so Bill, acting more like a promoter than a manager, once again positioned his son for a fight against the man who beat him so badly he had to sue him for battery. The rematch is scheduled for October, but under one condition. The Haneys must drop their ongoing lawsuit against Ryan Garcia and Golden Boy Promotions. Unsurprisingly, they've agreed to do so, likely because they had no solid case to begin with. Taking the rematch is a risky move, though. If Devin loses to Garcia again, it could mark the end of the road for the Haneys. But before any of that can happen, Devin first has to get past a tough and determined Jose Ramirez in May. And, with the way things have gone, Jose might want to be careful, because if he hits Devin too hard, he might end up getting sued next.